Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the one marathon to run them all, an all-day Lord of the Rings marathon, speedrun marathon here on the Games and Quick Hotfix. I am your host, Etchy. We are getting into another run here, the Hobbit for the personal computer, no major glitches, ran by Xahrak. And I think I'm just going to throw it over to Xahrak to get into this run.
Hello, everyone. My name is Xahrak. I'm currently third on the PC leaderboard for the Hobbit. Today, I'm joined by MKarma and YesImEmber. So if you do just want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm MKarma, a longtime runner. Okay, a longtime runner of The Hobbit. Sorry about that. And I also made the Hobbit speedrunning documentary.
Ember. Hey, I'm YesImEmber. I've been running this game for a little over 2 years now, since 2021, and I am a top 10 runner.
Okay. Right, we're ready to start then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I take it away with the Dreamworld explanation?
I think so, yes. So we're going to get the timer started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, so Dreamworld is one of Bilbo's dreams where you basically get to see all the little mechanics you're about to unlock. And this is going to go pretty quick because there's a lot to cover in this game despite it only being a quite short run. Starting off, you're going to see Xahrak's movement. He's combining slashes with jumps to get a little extra forward momentum. And here you'll see a slope boost, which unfortunately Xahrak missed. It's pretty hard to do, especially under pressure. It happens.
It's a very tough trick.
Yeah. So what he did was he performed a jump attack into a slope, and all the technical details aside, that allows you to boost forward quickly. Okay. And moving on, this is an unexpected party. Now into the real gameplay, Bilbo's adventure starts. And you'll see Xahrak's movement now also includes a lot of long jumps. You have the slash jump, the one where you cancel a slash into a jump to get more momentum, and the long jump, which is better for going downhill. Specifically because the long jump has a little slide animation at the end of it, which only happens if you jump to somewhere higher or the same height as where Bilbo is.
Okay. As you'll probably notice, with a lot of these levels, they are very, very short. This is a pretty short speedrun overall. Mainly like minute levels, except for like 1 or 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of the fun parts of The Hobbit is if you see a wall and you are given enough time, you can basically go through any wall. That's true on the PC version anyway. And it just so happens that in these early levels, there's a lot of leftover development triggers that are basically end triggers you're not normally supposed to be able to get to, that will still end the level, but just happen to be close to where the level started, allowing Xahrak to finish these levels way quicker than he should.
A lot quicker. Also, I'm very happy I just hit Troll Hole first time. That does not happen very much.
Yeah.
So Overhill is actually...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
This is the first, longer level in the run that isn't bypassed. Well, AUP, I guess, but Overhill's a movement gauntlet that doesn't have many major skips besides 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's a very tricky level, especially for beginners, even for experienced runners, so we'll have to see how Xahrak fares here. How are you feeling, Xahrak?
I'm feeling nervous. I can imagine. There's a lot of tricks I'm going to do in this speedrun which are... Oh, okay.
Nice.
Which are very advanced. So normal, beginner runners, that trick I've just done, you won't see people doing very often.
Right, so what he just did was something called pillar skip. Normally there's a small interaction there where Bilbo shouts at the stone giants. They drop down a boulder, which knocks over a pillar and creates a bridge for Bilbo, but with just the right jump, you can cancel a jump attack into a ledge grab and skip that small interaction, which isn't even a big time save, but it is very worth it for the level Xahrak is at.
It also removes RNG from the rock falling down, which is nice.
As you can see, Bilbo can just phase through walls, so...
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of that.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of this.
I'm not going to go for islands.
Here's a pretty scary part. As you can see, there's some small platforms and some water. In The Hobbit, if you die, you're put back at the last save you saved or the start of the level. It goes by pretty quick, but it could still set you back very far. So you'll see Xahrak hop by some of these saves, and fortunately on the PC version, saving is very quick, so actually very worth it in a marathon run like this.
Okay, first try. Okay.
Nice.
That went a lot better than I really expected.
Yeah, I mean, don't speak too early. You still at the end of the slow boost.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Don't remind me.
But
Hope I didn't
this
jinx
has
anything
actually
there.
been a good overhill so far, though.
Okay, I taught myself a backup, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So what Xahrak's worried about here coming up is another slope boost. So Bilbo is going to jump attack into a slope, get himself boosted upwards, and now he's going to try to interact with an NPC that's on the other side of an invisible wall, and that interaction puts him on the other side of the invisible wall as well, which allows him to finish the level early, and he hits it.
First
Very
try, nice.
Isn't... Is that... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna... Is that the normal trigger you end the level on?
Yes,
I
it
should
is.
know that. Okay, yeah.
As you can see, we haven't played the game normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a lot of people, the speedrun of this game is quite a bit more fun than the normal game, though I get the appeal for a lot of people that the normal game offers as well.
The normal game on console
So-
is pretty good.
I'm going to go for a more risky strat here, if I can pull it off, called Invisible Cart. This was found by, I think, you, MK?
It was actually a collection of Carixium who had the idea for the button challenges, and then me and Shocky figuring out how to make it actually practical for an MG run.
Nice.
Okay.
So what's going on here is there's a minecart section coming up where you have to drive a minecart over the rails and flip a certain amount of switches in order to make it to the end. But it was figured out that there's actually an invisible minecart parked at this end of the track, which reaches the end quicker. But because you're not supposed to use this minecart, the somewhat decorative minecarts are still traveling around this minecart track, and a lot of them are invisible, which means Xahrak is actually doing some very specific movement and timing to not get hit by those invisible minecarts. It might not look like there's a lot going on, but it's actually a very involved strat.
It's I even messed up the normal strategy I go for, but I still managed to hit it, so I'm quite happy.
Oh yeah, this is actually looking like quite the solid run.
If the menu would work, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Flies and Spiders, Xahrak? A lot of people really enjoy this level.
When it works right, this is by far my favorite level in the game. It's all just out
Same.
of bounds. Yeah, it's liked by a lot of top runners, mainly because it lets you show
So
off
fun.
all of your movement.
Oh yeah, it's a
So-
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Lots of weaving back out of and inbounds. As long as you're hitting your tricks, it's very, very satisfying.
Okay. I'm going to save here just in
same.
case I soft lock. Don't know,
Yeah, there are some opportunities to soft lock.
don't know why I soft lock.
Getting.
but
I mean, you can get mostly soft lock.
yeah.
so. In a marathon run, especially, it's extra worth these
Oh,
saves.
100%.
So what you're not really seeing right now is Xahrak's actually intentionally hitting a lot of load triggers. The way this game loads next parts of levels is by just having these invisible boxes that you have to walk through in order to load them. So this level could theoretically be even shorter by just out of balancing pretty much a straight shot to the end trigger, but because you have to go out of the way for all those load triggers, you actually get a very involved kind of zigzag pattern as you go through the level.
Okay, so you see me save there.
was
This
clean.
what I'm doing right now isn't in particularly like risky. The next level is, and as you'll see, the next level doesn't actually have a save pedestal.
Oh yeah. Hold your breath because this is going to go quick and then we'll go into it.
I sure hope it goes quick. It did not go quick.
That's fine.
Let's go.
You didn't go through the other side of the tree and have to spend a minute trying to get out of it. It's fine.
Ooh.
A very tricky little skip here.
So this is probably the skip I failed by far the most out of everything in the game, but I'm glad it's gone not that bad.
Yeah, so that was another
Yeah.
instance of the end trigger of the level being right behind the start, but not supposed to be accessible. What Xahrak did was slope boost up that slope where there was an invisible wall, However, he was able to clip into that tree and climb the tree over the invisible wall to reach that end trigger from earlier.
If I go too far in the water, I really don't want to go back all the way to the start of the level, so I'm going to save there.
Completely valid. Ember, you want to take this trick?
Yeah, so, basically when you go... Okay, so you go...
Good.
When you throw a rock, you get momentum, and MK can explain why you move down.
Oh yeah. So there's this weird quirky behavior. I think it's the translation of the console versions to the PC versions that makes this different. But on the PC version, if you're in rock throwing mode, this kind of third person over the shoulder mode, and you throw a rock and you fall off a ledge, you actually won't fall unless Bilbo moves. So what Xahrak did is he did that little rock throw over this invisible floor, and he started falling, but he stopped his fall by stopping the movement of his camera just as he reached the water. So what's going on right now is there's this invisible floor above him, but he sank into the water, and the water pushed Bilbo back, and it just so happened that at the edge of that water, in that spot, there lays another alternate end trigger, ending the level early.
So the thing I love the most about that level is once you're in the water and you know you're floating away, as long as you don't touch anything on your keyboard or mouse, you're completely safe. So you get like a 40-second break.
Yeah, it's really
very
nice.
necessary in a run this fast-paced, honestly.
I'm not going to go for the strat I
This will
just didn't
be
learn.
another like dev trigger ending right here that skips the entire level.
This is actually not a dev trigger, but it is very out of order.
Oh,
So it's Xahrak.
okay.
Ooh,
You
he
learned
just
something
sends
new.
it. No setup in a marathon.
Okay,
race.
that's
So what
That's
what you
huge.
just saw there was another end trigger. Normally, in that level, inside information, you're supposed to like get escape Smaug the dragon, build a bridge to the other side, open the door, all kinds of side quests. But there is the end trigger you can hit early, though it is covered by a big invisible wall. So what Xahrak did was go out of bounds, and he actually angled himself around the invisible wall, just barely hitting that side of that end trigger and ending the level early. And as for what you're seeing now, Gathering of the Clouds is a bunch of puzzles leading up to getting the Arkenstone, but with this game's clipping mechanics, there is no puzzle to be had.
Okay, same thing as barrels. I'm definitely going to save here.
Yeah.
So there is a risk of soft locking in this level now. This is the final level, by the way, the climax, and it's one of the longer levels, which makes it quite fun.
Yeah.
What do you know about Corwin Skip and Ember? Let's put you to the test.
So basically where you need to go next isn't loaded. So you need to hit a load trigger, but not the one that actually triggers Corwin to like start his cutscene and start taking damage. So
'cause
as you see,
if Corwin
Xahrak
dies,
just and if you trigger the cutscene, you can't do this.
Yeah. So Xahrak just worked back. That's one of the game's safety mechanics, where if you are to get stuck in any way, it kind of remembers the last place where you were considered quote-unquote safe and put you back there.
Okay.
So what he did was he walked for a short while on that above area. So the game remembered his position there as a safe position. Then he went down, loaded the next area, and glitched out on the ladder, which the game thought, okay, this is not good, we'll put him back where he was. And from there, he was able to do some pretty ridiculous out-of-bounds parkour, climbing
Very
over
clean.
some invisible walls, and now moving up to almost the end of the game.
So with Wall Walk, that was the place where I could have soft locked, and it might not look like much, but it's one of the harder tricks in the level or in the game.
The geometry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Eric was walking with some very thin walls, and the invisible walls in this game are very sporadic, and if he fell off at the right time, he would actually be wedged between multiple invisible walls. Would not be good. And the big blue barrel here is the end of the game.
Time.
GG. That was really clean.
Actually, yeah, very good.
Yeah, like
I will take that. That was a good time.
We were
that
joking
was
about
amazing.
Yeah, we were joking about his estimate being on the tight side, but
Yeah,
he glitched
but-
up.
I'm good. I'll take that.
Awesome.
What was the end time?
I don't see it yet.
Okay.
Right now. But,
13 something.
13, 18, looks like.
13,
13, 20. 13,
13,
20.
20. Oh, wow.
Very
Okay.
nice.
That is good. That would be
So
fifth place?
Yeah, that'd be like a 1308 or something without loads, approximately, right?
Loads aren't that much, but
Yeah.
I think you can knock off like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Well,
Awesome.
that is the whole run. Really, you get to watch this
Yeah,
really
nice,
low res
clean.
bear attack someone.
Close up. Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that was an amazing run. That was very fast paced, and y'all covered a lot of info in a very short amount of time. Awesome stuff.
I hope it wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
I think it was great. Did any shout outs that y'all want to do about the game or yourselves? What anything you want to plug?
I'm gonna leave MK to do this.
Oh, I get the responsibility.
You get
Well,
all of it.
if that game seemed interesting for you at all, it's every day is a better day to get into the Hobbit speedruns. We have a very welcoming community, and Xahrak himself just actually made an updated NMG guide. So if you're interested at all, join us, try the game out, and we'll be happy to have you.
And I will add one more thing. As mentioned earlier, there is a documentary made by MKarma. It's a 2-hour documentary or a 3-hour documentary. It's ridiculous, but it is one of the best ones I've ever watched. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I also plug here that if you want to follow Xahrak, you could do that on Twitch. If you just hover over his name on the title, you can just click the heart really quickly. You don't have to go anywhere. Really fast and easy to do. And any other last shout outs? Anything you want to say?
That's it for me.
Yep, that's it from me as well.
Yeah, that's it for me as well. Just
Awesome.
shout outs
I
to
guess
the community.
big
for being
shout outs
cool
to you
people.
guys as well for allowing us to be on here.
I was so
Yeah.
excited for this whole marathon thing. I'm glad it's happening and it's coming to
Thank
fruition.
you, guys.
Y'all have been amazing so far, and we have a lot more Lord of the Rings speedruns coming up next. We actually had a little schedule shift, so our next run is actually going to be the Lord of the Rings Two Towers race, three-way race of the Aragorn Easy category. So we're going to go set that up right now. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a little bit.